This episode features some shocking new information, including an update on the Ripple v SEC litigation straight from the source. Additionally, Bill Morgan, a lawyer, will be speaking with Brad Garlinghouse about the suit when he believes it will be concluded, given that this is an extremely optimistic indication. Let's get right into it. Ethereum's Bitcoin price is currently down 0.12% from the previous day, coming out 3 to 497. It's down 1.21% on both the US dollar and US dollar index, exactly where we want them to be meanwhile. XRP is sticking to the stick and sitting at 48 cents. But at least there's some life on the 24-hour chart. The main Solana is very appealing at these prices, especially if a blow-off top is anticipated for the Solana $2,000. This exceeds 10 times. Many of the cryptocurrency assets that are currently available to us have the potential to increase in value by 10, 15, or even 20 times. We are referring to the blue chip coins, not the scam or meme coins, nor the coins that have been appearing on bars or Solana. Recently, BNB Avalanche Solana, XRP Cardano Chainlink with PKA Dosmatic One. I advised you to purchase Uni at a price of about $7 after the SEC allegedly dropped its lawsuit against them. I don't know what's going on, but $10 will likely increase to over $100 a cycle. This thing has the potential to increase in value by 20 times. Now is the time to conduct research and adhere to the plan. Folks, what are you doing? Honestly, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you doing? Some of these coins might make a few bucks, but the likelihood of you losing money is much higher. These are just shadowy groups that you don't know who they are. They're not. Or keys, nobody can create any cryptocurrency they desire, and I told you the recipe for how this all works. GA October 15th 20 influencers out there, someone who's just to recap at the beginning of the video, we discussed how many coins we had and how we wanted to use them to do 10, 15, 20x as XRP 3 to 5 XRP more, like 3 to 653 to 7 for now. However, things might change and obviously go higher from $100 to $120. What's the current price of do everyone receives $7? This device can perform 10x, which is 65 if it can perform a 20x. Where are we hitting these targets? They go right here, chain connection. What is it? $15 currently? This is where the money is made. The market is fearful because people are pushing the narrative that Bitcoin's peak is already in and it will drop back to $40, $30 or $20,000. We are looking at 250 to 500, back 200 to 300. Look, ICP, it's $10. This is looking for a 12 to 16 exit, won't take place. The money is made when there is fear, not when it is green, when it is red. Which we have is when you should be purchasing. Bitcoin is going to hit 160K up to $250,000. I buy them every Monday because I find that if we have dips like these, I buy them again. If we have another dip the following Monday, I buy it again, which lowers my cost average if we go up the following week. Well, my buying is still averaged out and is still lower. So be wise, this is a straightforward game. Folks by Dip Crypto put out this chart on XRP. He says XRP is in the daily demand zone. However, it's in the monthly demand zone. We showed you the chart. We showed you the buy zones on XRP, and we've been in there for a while, so I don't want to hear any fans of. But who start kicking themselves for not buying more when this thing goes up? People, isn't it strange that everyone else is starting to line up with the targets that RIP is putting out there then? $1 then $3, and that's just the beginning of greatness. I shared them on his channel very frequently. So you should be loading up. He's targeting 75 cents, as I said about this channel. We need to break 75 cents and hold it. Banks, they're already plugged into the new financial system. Don't take my word for it. Take David Schwartz's. So we developer gone through a number of name changes. We currently usually call the product Ripple Payments, but the division inside the company that builds this is called RippleNet, and this is a proprietary product. It's owned and managed by Ripple. It's sold to financial institutions, mostly non-bank financial institutions, but also banks, payment companies, large corporates to make institutional payments. And a big feature of RippleNet is that it can settle with a digital asset. It doesn't have to, so you can use it for, any number of payments. Use cases, many just don't fit a digital asset. For example, if it's domestic payments with the divisions of the same company, it would be really weird. You know, if one branch of a company was another branch of a company in the US dollars, it'd be weird to pedal to settle with XRP, but you can settle in what? And also, like, in the early days, there were very few payments that could settle with XRP. You know, there weren't a lot of corridors, there wasn't a lot of liquidity that's increased significantly since. Then so the idea is, get institutions using a payment system that can settle with XRP. Then, as the infrastructure on-ramps, off-ramps and liquidity is available, there's no obstacle to them using XRP to settle their payments, so as the crypto markets balloon as more liquidity enters the system, the more utility that XRP has. So you heard it. I mean, we see everything that's getting lined. Sign up. You didn't listen to the first video today. First video today talked about BRICS, talked about the rupee, talked about the Ripple stablecoin, which, yes, it's going to be on the XRP ledger. It's going to use XRP, everything is coming together. But once again, what do we see? We see it taking a very long time. Why? Because banks and governments are involved. Whenever you get banks and governments involved into a project, they move at a very slow PC, say when presenting at Apex, talking about that the evolution of the crypto industry has progressed so far that the XRP Ledger blockchain event has become a multi-chain event. As it should, we are going multi-chain, folks. Fred chimed, and I'm predicting we have a ruling by the end of July, early August. Although Judge Torres could get poetic and issue it on July 13th, the case can always settle beforehand. But I put that at a 0% chance right now. And whatever it is not addressed in the ruling can also be settled. But then what do we get? We get Brad Garlinghouse talking about it. Folks, listen, but I do think about why is XRP and the XRP ledger is well positioned for the speed cost and scalability. Those things really are only going to matter more in the future. It's interesting, right? Interoperability is something that you've talked about a lot. David, it's so important to the space to overcome, right? Because even if you think about the number of hacks during the most recent downturn that we still saw hacks increase, wall price decrease. A lot of that has to do with these honeypots, which are the sort of vectors between the chains, as it were, and how much room do we have for improvement? There are functional bridges, but there are still a lot of issues in the security sector. There are two main issues that I refer to as the bridging problem. One of them is that the bridge will be pricey and generally awful if it is producing a lot of money. If the bridge isn't generating much revenue, then who will foot the bill to secure? It's what will stop individuals from leaving scams. You are aware of those types of difficulties. The other issue is that either a bridge can be fixed by someone else if it breaks, or if a bridge breaks, no one can repair it since no one can rebuild it. If someone can fix a bridge when it breaks, we're all in trouble. What happens to a bridge when it breaks? May fix it even when it's not broken, which is bad. These are very basic methods of understanding, similar to very deep, serious technical issues. I've met a lot of people who have built bridges, and I can always tell where S is right away when I ask them about it. They respond, "Yep, you're right. We don't know you're correct, and I'm not criticizing you." This is an issue that needs to be resolved on a group basis, improved answers to, and their promising technologies. So that's what David Schwartz and Bree were discussing. I didn't intend to show you the clip I intended to show you according to Brad's calculations. We can assume that you will receive a Q3 of this year of love. This would be the ideal time for him to predict that the Bitcoin blow-off will occur, marking the beginning of the money's rotation out of Bitcoin and into XRP. The time frame for this is set for 2025, giving people 75 cents by year's end.